Hello and welcome. So we will look into this question that came in the year 2013 and is related to the topic Earth's movements. The question is, consider the following: electromagnetic radiation, geothermal energy, gravitational force, plate movements, rotation of the Earth, revolution of the Earth. Which of the above are responsible for bringing dynamic changes on the surface of the Earth? Now, one by one, we will look into this. First, electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation is nothing but electric and magnetic fields generated because of the matter in the Earth. So, because of this electric and magnetic field, electromagnetic spectrum can be seen. In this spectrum, different kind of rays are there, different kinds of waves are there. Visible spectrum consists of these 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. When we move towards longer wavelength, there is infrared waves, microwave and radio waves. When we move towards lesser wavelength, then ultraviolet rays, X-rays and gamma rays can be seen. Now towards this, higher frequency and higher energy is there, but lesser wavelength. And towards infrared rays, longer wavelength, lesser energy and lesser frequency. Now, how these electromagnetic radiations give rise to dynamic changes on the surface of the Earth? Basically, what happens is Earth is getting heated by long wave terrestrial radiation. The surface of the Earth is heated by long waves terrestrial radiation, though it receives sunlight in the form of short wave. Now, because of this long wave terrestrial radiation, temperature is getting increased. Because of this rise in temperature, there is rise in pressure. This pressure, this change in pressure give rise to metamorphism in rocks. Also, the temperature and pressure relation give rise to various weather phenomena on the surface of the Earth. If we see geothermal energy is basically endogenic in nature, that is generating from within, whereas exogenic is external factor. So heat generated from within the Earth is geothermal energy. This gives rise to various kind of landforms, that is geysers and hot springs. Also, diastrophism and volcanism in lithosphere occurs due to geothermal energy. Now, what is diastrophism? Diastrophism is nothing but changes in landform because of folding and faulting. Now, what is folding and faulting? Folding is basically when, suppose these are the plates, when these plates come towards each other, they fold upwards. Whereas, suppose this is again a plate, it moves away from each other or drift apart, it is known as faulting. So, when plates, because of compressional force, comes towards each other, they give rise to, that is known as folding. Whereas when a plate cracks because of tensional force and move away from each other. This gives rise to faulting. Now gravity. Gravity is nothing but the downward pull, and because of this, dynamic changes in earth like avalanches, mass movement of rocks and landslides occurs. Now let us see plate movements. Earth's lithosphere is basically divided into different types of plates. So if we see the lithosphere, the types of plates are oceanic plate and continental plate. Now this oceanic plate is made up of basalt and this is made up of granite. This is comparatively thick and less dense as compared to oceanic plate, whereas this is thin but dense. Now the interaction between oceanic plate and continental plate because of compressional force and tension force give rise to different kinds of plate boundaries like convergent plate boundaries and divergent plate boundaries. So convergence occurs because of compressional force. The plates are coming towards each other, and divergence is because of tensional force. Okay, this gives rise to different kind of plate boundaries like oceanic plate boundaries, oceanic continental plate boundaries, continental plate boundaries. Similarly, in divergent plate boundaries also there are oceanic continental and continental. These convergence and divergence give rise to different kinds of landforms. For example, oceanic convergence give rise to island arcs or trenches. Now suppose these are the two oceanic plates. Okay, they are moving towards each other. They are of similar density. Now one of the plate will go downwards when they collide. This give result to trenches. So trenches will be formed here. Here trenches will be formed. Or because of accretion, when these plates collide, because of accretion is basically when materials are coming together. So because of accretion of materials, island arcs can be formed. Now when there will be oceanic continental convergence, one plate will be denser, oceanic plate will be denser, whereas continental plate will be less dense. So the denser material will go down, and because of this, trench will be formed. Again there will be trenches will be there. One famous example is Mariana Trench. Now because of continental convergence, folding happens. Fold mountains are formed because both continental plates are of less density and there is no scope of going downwards. So hence when they collide, they move upwards, creating fold mountains. Himalaya is a fold mountain. When divergence is happening, because of divergence or near divergent plate boundaries, plates are moving away from each other. thus giving space for the internal matters like lava to come up. These lavas forms ridges. Hence, mid-oceanic ridges can be seen where oceanic divergent boundaries there, and one famous example is mid-Atlantic oceanic ridge. Near oceanic continental convergence, again there will be formation of ridges, and near continental convergence divergence, plates are basically moving away from each other, giving rise to Rift Valley, Nile Rift Valley in northeastern Africa is an example of this. Okay. So if we see this question again, electromagnetic radiation is giving dynamic changes. Geothermal energy cause dynamic changes. Gravitational force cause dynamic changes on the surface of the earth, right? Plate movements also cause dynamic changes. Rotation, because of rotation of the earth, what kind of dynamic changes? Day and night. Because of this, temperature changes. And because of revolution of the earth, seasons. Revolution of the earth on a tilted axis give rise to seasons. So all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, that is D is the correct answer as far as this question is concerned. Thank you.